Again, and today we're playing a gem of a game that I've been wanting to get around to, but just can't justify playing because it's just so deep, and it's deeper than I'm able to understand. It's called Disco Elysium, and it has politics in it to a degree. Not the degree you're used to if you're an American. It's some weird shit, you'll see. It's some cool shit though. Some very, very good shit. Alright, so now I've got the stream on my computer. Let me get to where I can see chat if we get a stray viewer. Or maybe we'll get two tonight if we're lucky. Maybe this game will be like low-key popular among streaming or something on YouTube. I don't know. Probably will beat Shadow Generations later tonight. Need to get back into that. Had a great time with that last night. And we'll probably beat it tonight, so there's that. So, we're going to create our own character. And this is the part I always get stuck on. This is the hardest part. Because you gotta find like a good skill to build your stuff around, right? I guess like the normal way to play this would be probably going with like intellect and psych build. But like, meh. I don't want to be normal. I want to be crazy. I want to be... Seems like I could be good cop, but like I could be bad cop. Let me see real quick. Because this would be like to do crazy shit. The king of cool. The king of cool, bruh. Cool playthrough. Reaction speed. Perception. See, like, physical instrument would be like the ability to just take pain, just suffer. It's like breaking things, being insanely manly. Dang, bro. See, like, Half-Light is pretty cool because it like makes you like terrified of everything. Like you're just attuned to fear, and so like it changes the whole tone of the game. Or I could do something like empathy and like play as like a really empathetic, like good person. This is like, you know, cop psych. You're like the spirit of being a cop, makes you better friends with your cop brothers and stuff. And this guy's like crazy, or this is like you're just crazy and you talk to yourself and stuff. It's pretty funny. Let's see. So like, being fast and strong would probably be pretty ballin'. I guess what I might do is like 2-2, so I'm not like too weak, right? 4 and 4. And then like you'll grow in certain skills as you play the game too. So like I'm not locked into anything. But I think as far as like my, what do you call it, like primary skill or signature skill? Let me see real quick. It's gonna be something cool. I mean, perception would let me see like a lot more stuff. That might be pretty useful. Card players, oh, composure, that's like military fetishes. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see, what if I did... I could do savoir-faire, and that just makes me really cool. The king of cool. I can be the coolest cop in the world, bro. Or I could also do electrochemistry, which makes you good at drugs. But I think I'll do cool cop. I think I'll do cool cop. Furies at home are in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is nothing. Only warm, primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yeah.
Bro, this is great.
It is.
I'm gonna ask for some more of that.
Brother. Nothing.
Choosing to be real emo at the start here.
Nothing.
Asking for more of that sweet oblivion.
Smooth passage.
Eh,
Do you really?
telling him we like life. I want to
You
live.
wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should put this out there first.
So, like, this part took a while for me to understand, right? And when you see these, like, Inland Empire things, this is like an aspect of your character talking to you based on your skills, right? So, like, it's telling me, oh, you know, I should see what's going on, right? And so now I get special, like, dialogue
There's
because
this
of that,
giant
basically,
ball there.
that I wouldn't get if I didn't have those skills.
Evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small.
Dang, small apes.
Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose. Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
Lost.
Opens eyes. I guess I'm gonna have to either commit to reading or commit to not reading. And I feel like committing to not reading is going to be the worst of the two choices, because then no one knows what's going on if they aren't reading my prompts. Oh, it's a good day. It's a good morning. It's 8 a.m. Time to wake up, investigate some things. I see a bottle of Commodore Red. It's empty from the night before. And someone tore out a cassette tape from a cassette player while a song was playing. The reel-to-reel tape player is rolling empty. Oh, I just got an empty cassette case. Very nice, very nice. So, that seems to be my shoe. My left shoe. Very happy to have found my left shoe. Seems like there are my pants.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Very good way for them to make sure you have pants on before leaving the room. Gonna put a shirt on too. See what else we can find. See bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Smells fucking rank in the bathroom, apparently. Just got my white shirt on. Apparently I got a blazer a minute ago. Looking pretty stylish.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really?
Really?
Nothing?
All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
And I'm about to wipe the mirror. I'm about to see what I
As
look
you
like.
slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
You know, maybe I'll check my face
Yeah.
first.
There is definitely something wrong with it.
What could be
Where to even
wrong?
begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm scared. I want to stop doing this.
Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
I'm gonna wipe the mirror.
Behold,
Dang, bro, I'm ugly as shit.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
So, I could be terrified. I could be rational. Of course I do. It's some kind of a superstar. I think I'm a
It
superstar.
appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Think it might be because I'm a
Please
superstar.
stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
I'm a double down.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should
Superstardom.
check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm.
Check for
You
pulse.
find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now.
Alright, so I'm gonna dig deep into my mind to try to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
So I can try to get this electrochemistry check. I can retry it because it's a white check, but I've got a 3% chance, which is worse than the one I just did, but maybe we'll get it.
It's too
Nope.
late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Alright, so I guess we're just gonna have a fucked up face for a little bit till we get better at doing drugs. Seems there's a door there that we can't access at the moment. It's okay. It's okay. And there is our tie swinging from a fan. This fan can kill you if you fuck up and don't have
This
enough
fan
health.
has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
So we're gonna turn
The
off the
blades
fan
come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
and grab the tie.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Alright, so I'm gonna take us a few moments of a break to grab something real quick. And also drop my controller. Alright, I have returned. Hear my hairs in the mic one sec. Okay, I've returned and my hair is out of the mic. And now it's time to look out this window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do?
So, here we are, out on the side of the building. And we may as well walk out this door, because even though we failed to check to see what happened through the window, I'm not walking around without a fucking shoe. And I know that there's a shoe right here, so I'm gonna grab my damn shoe. Like a reasonable man. No, stop walking. Do this.
There
Yes.
they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Alright, we got some comfy shoes on our feet. Comfy shoes on our feet. That's all we need. All we need. The year is 51,
Hello,
it says.
officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
So I can either ask her if I'm a military personnel or I can leave. I think I'm just gonna leave. That's the best choice right now, it seems like. This is the first playthrough I've done that I always try to go through all the dialogue options and stuff. Sometimes you're gonna realize that maybe you're not supposed to go through all the dialogue options. Sometimes less is more. And if you're gonna be, you know, I gotta stick with the fact that I am the cool cop. I can't be no sad sap cop. I've got to be the cop, the man with the plan. I am the cop. That's where lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic, waiting for someone to sing into it. Someone like us. Oh, there's a music.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My big old soul.
And it needs to be heard through a PA system. By other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. There has been precisely no evidence to the contrary. So yes, it's likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song.
Okay,
Who's
so
laughing
now we're
now?
gonna be able to play karaoke, I think. I've never done the karaoke quest
You would need
before.
another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Very good. So now I know exactly what I'm gonna play. What I'm gonna do.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. A competent work of taxidermy. The
One
white
moment.
and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Ste Koari's Skua."
That's the great school, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Freaking Gart. Oh, I just got Nosafed. That is a health restorative. Someone's working in the kitchen. Oh, Union paraphernalia is in there. Okay. There's a Union in this game.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
So, we don't actually know our name. We can try to make up a name.
Concentration
It
makes
worked.
you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay
It
then.
is not yet time. That way I can sound cool and mysterious.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police
It's a murder
are finally
that we're
here.
investigating.
In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Who, you? You're with the police? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, sure. Wait, I can't lie. That's wrong. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Be honest with him, I haven't.
The body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Oh, welp. Let's just get
Up to
moving
you,
then.
officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Oh
You
no.
mean you don't have a badge?
So I could pretend to find my badge? Or I could just be like honest. But with the badge, you know, man, like, you know, not doing some stuff yet, that's understandable, I guess. You know, I've been busy on a bender, but I can't also have lost my badge. That's too much.
If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
Nice, okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, because I wouldn't need to report my badge missing. I have my badge. And we're not going to interview the cafeteria manager yet because, yeah, I don't think he likes me. Ooh, seems a little hurt. There's a body in the tree. In the tree. It's a body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Man, it really wouldn't be very cool of me if I threw up. Like, and I know for a fact, if I take this check and I fail it, because it says it, I would throw up. Man, maybe I shouldn't do it. Gotta be a cool cop. Yeah. But maybe I...
The
Fuck.
smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Just let it out. Can't win. And now that little shit-eating kid's gonna be like, the fucking cop threw up. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get that kid. I'm gonna get that kid. I'm gonna punk him.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Fucking corpse.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Man,
There are
that
streets
sucks.
nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't...
The greenhouse.
There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Bro, why didn't it tell me about the damn greenhouse earlier? That's offensive. I'd like to have a moment with the game devs.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective?
Dang.
You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
That sucks. What is this? Is there ammonia in there? There's magnesium. Okay, well that works for me. That'll help me not be sick anymore. A winch mechanism that's been oxidizing. A little door
An
thing here.
inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
58%, maybe?
Because it's
Damn.
nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
See, I want to get some cool checks, but I'm not getting any cool checks. So, like, what items do I have? Do I have anything else I can put on? So, like, it kind of sucks because apparently my shoes are taking away one of my savoir-faire points, which are my cool person points. And my pants are also doing the same thing. Oh yeah, our guy does not look like a cool cop. He looks slightly dead. But, oh well. So, it seems as if we're gonna have to find some more cool things. So there's the greenhouse. How do you get into the greenhouse? You have to go around, it seems. Can you go in this way? It's been a while since I've played this. So I know that I could go and ask the gardener for some magnesium so I can investigate the dead body.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
Bye-bye, filth.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you.
The city cold.
You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
It's in the
Capeside
north.
apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
We only have 60 cents, bro. How am I gonna afford a raincoat? There's no way. Certifiably no way. I mean, I'm down though. I would definitely get a raincoat.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with?
Alright, time to get some ammonia.
I'm done with it.
She got that capsule out of her breast
Go
pocket.
easy on that stuff. It
Is
gave
she an
me a
ammonia
terrible
stripper or
headache.
something? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, well, so
Of course.
I'm just gonna go
I
and
won't
try
hold you
to
back.
If there's
fuck with that body.
then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Yeah, let me get them gloves.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Alright, so now we have ammonia. We should be able to get
There
this body.
he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Man, there's no way. Actually, you know what? I didn't even think about something. Maybe, just maybe, if I put the gloves on. Maybe if I put the gloves on, it'll help out. I get +1 interfacing. The bugs go away.
There he still is, looking
Ah,
right
okay.
through you with his
Fingers
pneumonia
crossed.
only
No
makes
way.
it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done,
There goes
she
cool
shows
cop.
up
There
tears.
goes being the cool cop. This is like going to school and like the first day of a new school year just like puking twice. Like you'll never be cool again. I don't want to be a cop anymore. Nah. You know what? Let's just spit
Are
and say
you
nothing.
okay,
Let's be
officer?
cool.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
Man, I don't want to tell him to do it without me. That's just lame. Just gonna ask why I can't
I've seen
keep it in.
captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. I think I've lost my sense of smell. Not being
Dang.
hungover helps too.
Well, yeah, let's solve
That's
something
probably
else.
a good idea. Clear our head. But before we can do that, you need to get your shit together.
Oh man. You know what? Let's be in denial.
No, it's not, officer.
Damn. That
We
sucks.
should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. Well, so I'm sure if we get our shit together, it'll help us out. So we need to go to the thought cabinet and let's see, do we get any temporary bonuses for this? Just okay, no, probably just gonna be able to take a body out of a tree. I'm not even gonna talk to Kuno. I already know as soon as I talk to Kuno, there goes my cool points, just like that. Bye bye cool points. So we know about the greenhouse though. I mean, like, I guess we know about that to get ammonia. We could interview the guy, Garte. That'll eat up those 30 minutes for the volumetric shit compressor, and then we can take the body out of the tree.
The unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Man, you know what? I'm a speak in riddles. What is golden orange like a forest fire but
Are you
smells like
kidding me?
liqueur?
It's you.
Double down.
It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
It's kind of weird that the number was behind a pile of coasters on a piece of
This
paper.
sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
Oh dear.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective, I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
So, like, out of all these, who killed him? Terrible question. Do not want to ask that. That's like, why would I be asking him that, right? But why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business. Extra fine.
Dang, okay. Well, we already asked if he was the bartender and he got kind of salty, so I'm not going to do that again.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
I got a 58% chance to do it. That is the highest chance I've ever had for this check. We're going to do it. We fucked it up. Oh no.
One moment you're running like the wind. Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger. Furiously. With both hands. Why?
This just sucks, man. We just gotta accept it.
That's true. Yes. And it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on. You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot. You showed him.
Man,
Watch out!
I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I shouldn't have done that. That was like barely better than a coin flip. Just took Granny out. Dude.
Everything goes dark.
Just died.
Back so soon.
So worth it.
Admit it. You just missed the quarter light. The darkness on the edge of town.
How's it going out there? Are the tiny apes screaming about money yet?
Did one of these tiny apes have a pale green face? It's a joke, sweetie. I didn't actually think you saw the kind green ape of South Safra in a hostel in Martinez.
Aw,
That
she's
would
so
be
sweet.
ridiculous.
I feel
Are
terrible.
you okay?
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
Time to heal myself.
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, man?
I feel terrible about that,
Yes,
man.
yes.
She's not even
Check
real.
on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
Maybe that was a great idea.
The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you
Not
for 3
thank you
nights
for your
and the broken
cooperation.
window, though. That's 100 square. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I just can't let you up there. And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
Man, maybe I should do that shit again and see if he'll take off another couple, I guess 10 reals. Well,
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space. That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
well, we already gotta find 100 real by the end of the night, or else we're not gonna have a house. So we got 12 minutes left to get our shit together. That's not too bad. And now, so we're gonna get +1 encyclopedia for the next 6 hours, 5 minutes till this gets figured out. Let's talk to this lady and apologize again. 'Cause
Hello,
damn.
sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your
Oh, wow.
mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're
She's
not
got that
for
riz.
me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what happened.
Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured.
I'm not gonna ask her for money. That would just be terrible. Next run I will. Next run I'll be a douchebag.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
What an amazing person she is. I'm so thankful that she didn't want to beat my ass. I mean, not that she could if she wanted to, but nah, she could. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I keep failing every single skill check. If there was a skill check for that, I would fail it. So, alright, I could do karaoke. Got to finish that thought, and then I can inspect the body again. I'm not reporting the badge missing, because that would just be lame. I can call Sylvie. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do next in the case. We're gonna investigate this lead. We don't even know our name yet. Oh, a little bit too far. There's the motor carriage.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
Right, well, time to call
The
Sylvie.
frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis.
Almost dropped the controller.
A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Sometimes the simplest is the best.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Man, that's crazy. Here, let's talk to a
Of
Civ.
course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with
Man, I should have
his
started
right
tapping
foot.
the rhythm too.
Quite a lot of time has passed.
We just got our shit together, boys and girls.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
I could just be like, yeah, I think I got everything I need, thanks. No.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no.
Oops.
In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto police by the Dock Workers Union.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that.
She seems
Go
cool.
on. You mean leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Maybe, I don't know.
Be a nice cop.
I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Just be chill.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Maybe we'll get it. Maybe, just maybe we'll get it. Maybe not. Maybe not. But what's the worst thing that happens if we don't? Fuck it.
Yes,
Hey!
you've obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
I'm not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the steward thing happened.
Man, I'm trying to be a good
Didn't
cop,
make
though.
me want to
That's the
quit.
thing. I'm tempted. Tempted. Oh, you meant do the... Oh, okay, sorry. I'm high as shit. Drunk and emotional all the time. Yeah.
The stuffed bird, the great steward. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird!" and
Fuck
laughing
that
like a maniac.
bird!
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Bitch bird.
Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Yes, obviously. You were
Oh,
the
wow.
worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place.
One night. One night. That was all
I've
it
had
took.
sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you,
Man, what did I do?
well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even like
Oh, I
one of
wonder
those
if she'll
songs
tell me
I
what
listened
song I
to
can
on
do for
repeat.
karaoke.
No more. I hate it now. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Let's apologize. Let's be a good
Hell,
cop.
that time playing.
Not my first time. It's been a while. I've never
Then
beaten the
there was
game.
your room.
I've never fully beaten it. I have seen
Project.
this
An
reality
experiment to
bending
see
like
how bad
Millionaire
it's getting
Man
there.
before. That was pretty cool.
I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me.
I think the
Threatened to
furthest I've been is
place
like
me
the
on
second
this
day.
stand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it.
I'm a
One of the coolest
superstar,
guys there
is what he said.
The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too.
Ooh, you know what? I can't keep apologizing because I'm supposed to be a superstar. I'm just gonna say sounds
And
intense.
then I had
That's
to deal
cool.
with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
Oh,
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet. Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
she knows what she did to those papers.
She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad. Then she remembers it's you.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
If I apologize, that's not gonna be good, man. Can't apologize too many times, I think. I think that makes you a sorry cop.
Try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
Man, I could. You know what? I've apologized. I've been real cordial the whole call. I can ask her for a song.
All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Okay.
Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more that one came on.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it.
Very good.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar
voice. You can
voice.
always discard the thought, though.
Oh, the sorry cop thought you can just discard that shit? Bro, that's crazy. I didn't even realize it was a thought. I just thought it was like, yeah, you're the sorry cop now, and like you couldn't get the other ones. That's pretty sick. Alright, now it's time to press saved.
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
Oh dear.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring rain.
Jim has a second life.
Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right? Oh, is that what it was called?
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Man, you know what? Well, let's do it, Speed Freaks.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavier foot and the freaky armor.
God damn it! Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
Heavy of foot?
You would be too if you had this motor carriage.
Oh, okay.
But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to someone? 57's over and out.
I'm about to connect with that dead body.
A set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay. So, the preheater gauge sounds pretty nice.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. Sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Oh, that's like the drive thing. Okay. Yeah, I was like thinking it would give me a
metallic
thing.
drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need.
Try
officer.
not to be racist.
It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
Well, I mean, I hear that sometimes it's kind of helpful to slightly become racist temporarily, you know, like racism for a cause, to get across the bridge, I mean. Or like for the motherland or whatever, you know. Work is work. Yeah, let's just take everything. Give me all your shit.
Feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap.
Using racism
overcutters
to benefit
in your
yourself
hand.
sounds kind of problematic.
You can do good work with
Well,
these.
like, I mean, you gotta get across the
Locks,
bridge somehow, right?
ropes,
And if you can't get any of the checks because, like, you know, you suck at the game, sometimes you just, the world makes you racist because you can't get past the checks.
Don't you dare miss out on the racial dialogues. Try them all.
Lets you see things in
It's like a
the dark you
Pokemon
otherwise miss.
game almost. Except instead of catching Pokemon, you just catch reasons to get cancelled.
Slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'm just better at not being racist than you, but maybe it's just a moral failing of yours.
Bizarre scientific
Well, hey, it wouldn't be the
news
first
from
moral
West
failing.
Today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals.
Hell
These
yeah, learning
metallic
cap for
hydrogen
endurance
levels
raise? That's ballin'. So that's just like, okay, yeah, well I got the volumetric shit compressor. Fuck yeah, bro. Oh, actually, I can investigate the fence. Who murdered the fence?
You see
And
a set
also,
of tire
please
tracks
kick
in the
me
brown
Shuri head
slush
on the
that covers
face.
the plaza mosaic.
Last time I played, I tried to punch him twice, and I learned very quickly that you're supposed to do the kick, which I never expected, but hey. Let's see, why am I
Cop
looking at this?
habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Fuck it, 28% check. Let's try it anyway.
No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
See, and because I failed the check, the only way I can understand what's going on is by telling the fence that I don't like its kind of people. No, I'm just kidding. I love fences. I have a bunch of friends that are fences.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
So, what if I hit that 8% failure? That's gonna fucking suck. But I'm kinda curious to see what would happen.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's the smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
I kinda do want to kick Measurehead in this shit though, in this run.
Clean white stands
I
in
have some
stark
physique, I could
contrast
probably do it.
to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man
Did you
wore
know that
thick
there's an
polymer
achievement
socks,
for completing
probably
the
for
game
padding.
without making an
A fine
autopsy?
array of interlocking plates
So like I've seen in the achievements list, yeah, it's like without investigating the body at all or something, I think. And it's like, I don't even know how you would do that, to be honest, but
They feel alien
that's pretty
to the
cool.
world around you.
It was like
Out of
0.8%
place
of
somewhere.
players had it or something really low like that too.
These are clearly not boots. They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fairweather. Fairweather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil. Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil
I wonder
is
if having
flashy
all
and
the armor
much
before fucking with
impermeable.
Measurehead would give you an
Cast
advantage.
it in ceramic shell. Resist death. The sabatons dangle off
I
the
need to get
man's
those.
decaying
Oh, wait.
form. Ageless and synthetic.
The locals probably scavenged.
I have to have him tell me
If
about
you
the
wear those pieces,
No,
rest of the
he
armor.
must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red hat thing.
I hear you talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it's the Kuno's
Man,
place.
that's a moral failing of Kuno's right there. See, I could be like, fuck you, Kuno, but that wouldn't be very cool cop. Just gonna ignore
They
Kuno.
usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties, and the like. This one still has his underpants.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring and the guy's a total Victopaz.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
See, part of me wants to like steal all of the armor and sell it, but I don't want him to know that I do it. So I don't want him to know that I'm like ka-ching about the boots, but like
As a wage,
ka-ching.
it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
a small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly,
Talking
your
about La
biceps
Puta
coil up.
Madra, I'm from
Your elbow is
Argentina and I
sharp,
should
hop
already
for
go
it.
to bed. Have fun, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks for checking the stream out. Hope your night goes easy.
Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder. The only difference is a barely audible click underneath. Sounds like the end of a long dice roll.
Did you hear that? A click? This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Extremely. Industrial strength. the kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Then you should ask me the first moment we get. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes
Bro stays strapped.
milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
Ain't never seen a
camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by
Bro has
the
seen better
breaking of a
days.
small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Delighted. Skipping some comments. Using racism to benefit yourself sounds kind of problematic. Don't you dare miss out on the racial dialogues. Try them all. Maybe I'm just
It's
better
just like,
at not
okay, let's
being
play all the
racist
comments
than you,
right now.
But maybe it's just a moral failing of yours. And also please kick me Shuri head on the face.
We've already replied to all of
Did
these
you
as
know
they've
that
come.
there's an achievement for completing the game without making an autopsy?
Yep.
Talking about La Puta Madra, I'm from Argentina and I should already go to bed.
Rest in
Have
peace.
fun, dude.
You too, my friend, you too. Alright, cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
One ampoule.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by. His mouth... As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
Time to get him down.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
We've been good.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters.
That's our first
I
level
don't
up
see
too.
a good angle of approach to the belt.
Oh.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it. climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano-clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
They only have one gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun? Extremely unfortunate. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, Only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a mulko!
Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window. Surely.
The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer. Special.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
That's preposterous! What are you, a fucking earl?
We still need to get him down, somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's fight, I say. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate. Yes? What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in. The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism, they represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it. A shameful way to treat a former king, even one as underwhelming as Friesel. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which, so please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and...
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of... On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. The drawer The file cabinet stands steady as ever. And look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. the head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood? Remember, Leo, all items on the list have been crossed out. The drawer slides shut. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note. This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that? Fine, but let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease. Don't think about that. Quick. Think about something else. The imagined dazzle of light overwhelms any list of potential side effects. Any negative thoughts are drowned out by the You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand and exit the booth. This is...
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I...
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Bye-bye now.
Control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off. The crane stands tall, proud, erect, and with a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet, the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again. Now, moving this container, of course. For this purpose, it was built.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't. There are 1 million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you, with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist. Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. Who does this guy think you are? Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him. The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters. Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's... Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a lawman. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Everard Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up. Ask questions.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. Oh, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely legal. I just need you to open a door.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on...
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier. My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should...
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Before the cargo container. Its drawer had...
Scab? I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife? The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philip." As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Do it. Skipping some comments. Using racism to benefit yourself sounds kind of problematic. Don't you dare miss out on the racial dialogues. Try them all. Maybe I'm just better at not being racist than you, but maybe it's just a moral failing of yours. And also please kick me Shuri head on the face. Did you know that there's an achievement for completing the game without making an autopsy? Talking about La Puta Madre, I'm from Argentina and I should already go to bed. Have fun, dude.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement? Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings. What did he do? You have no idea. High above you, the king stands. The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Uh-huh.
Hello again, officer.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown... There are several footprints in the mud, left by work.
Kuno's got this!
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. The kid is obviously high.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouthhole!
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? And then what? You fucking there. You fucking Kuno's kingdom.
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
It's a vitamin pig. Don't you know anything? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day. rips Mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
You're not getting this, Pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, Pig! Don't do Mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal! What is this?
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Shitload, Pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck out of here.
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here.
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah? That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
He means Manana, the laid-back striker at the gates.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing...
Get lost,
Kuno...
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. 1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol, Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. The little boy had a good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Bastards! We have a right to work! This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or...
Did someone say, pry bar? Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn, it's cold.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he...
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has... You stick the pry bar into the fissure beneath the lid and push down. It doesn't take much. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. No, searching for evidence in the trash. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There, among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Yes, if we're still assuming the clothes were taken off to get to the armor, they must have stripped him of it fast, the scavengers. In a matter of days. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the It's just organic waste. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, Is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? Well... lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all. Yes? What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary. The silence carries.
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant.
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
No response. He just arches his brow. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist. Because you're the best qualified? No, that doesn't seem right. If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, don't keep the lieutenant waiting.
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. Good.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Your kill count. Yours will surely have your kill count.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight, and once in a while there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter." These are handwritten logs of investigation. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to it. Judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks, too much more.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet... Yes, all caps. One is called the Next World mural. Another, the square bullet hole murders. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the... You like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do. Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say.
And a fuck you to you too.
That last one cuts a slash right through the... Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual... In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper, then rip them from the binder. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, a monetary penalization ranging from 20. These are quite sinister in tone, all in a print so small it could be considered downright. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color, color of the irises, predation marks. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms, and the rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for... It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside, light. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the... You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls. Probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or... If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash, why are you sniffing it? So you wanted to get in on the trash toilet stink collab. Your nose is somewhere between grateful and resentful. The ledger you found in the trash, a cabbage of papers hanging from the... The two sides of the slides snap back into place, without resistance. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawing. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. It smells of chew. A touch of cinnamon, the end of familiar handwriting lines. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please. A merciful wind blows in from the Bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Let go.
Frisson covers your entire body, a feeling of cold, a persistent chill. No, don't throw away the baggie. There's dust on the drug baggie. It's not good, but at least it's some kind of way to be together. Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
There is nothing. Again. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the old factory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But it didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing. Don't prod at it. It will start moving again. There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration. That's just a drug addict myth. In reality, you're still comprised of dihydrogen oxide, which you must replenish to go on living.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened? Right. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. Magnesium-based life form. We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. So we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin to repent. Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, what? Jealous of the sorry? They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything. Wow. Okay. Fuck off.
Can I help you? How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Yes?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek. It must be his name. Goranci. Goranci Kubek. Sounds representative. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Boss need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal. He smiles and bangs his ladle. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
You do?
The winch. Outside. In the backyard. Remember? No? Your fingers do.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation, if you say so. Gart is the person to ask about.
The cobalt blue surface feels old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years. The door does not budge.
Can I help you? What thing? Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference.
Fine, okay, a little. But my... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. What?
By the way, You should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Another thing. Great. Yes?
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabin on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar.
Why the yelling, man? Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer? Yeah, what about it? You know, people die here every day. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it I can tell?
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious.
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusion.
The lieutenant gives you. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
We are the workers, the union. Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. Then for one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you. His...
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No malt grains are...
The dock worker doesn't answer. Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying...
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, that there was an interesting find. An alternative path.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. So many walls all over Martinez.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back.
Pig's come to take me out, trying to snuff me out.
If anything, you're afraid she'll take you out one day.
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever. Trying to sneak up on me.
There must be another way into the building.
Yeah, you better keep walking. Look at me when I'm talking to you. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a man-o'-war.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell. The woman on the boat does not know.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on. Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.